Tazita, please do stay on with us. We have some more updates that we are in fact tracking from the United States. A major security scare has rocked Washington, D.C., with a man now formally charged with attempting to assassinate U.S. President Donald Trump during the high-profile White House Correspondents Dinner. The accused, called Tomas Allen, allegedly arrived at the venue armed with multiple weapons and opened fire near a security checkpoint before being overpowered by security service personnel. Now, one officer was hit but survived due to the protective gear, while the president and other top officials were safely evacuated from the venue. Investigators are saying that the suspect traveled across states with a plan, and authorities are now probing possible motives, including politically driven intent. The incident has triggered a massive review of security protocols, with officials calling it one of the most serious threats to the president in recent times. Now, on that front, we have some latest updates coming in regarding this White House Correspondents Dinner shooting case, where the accused, called Tomas Allen, is now facing serious federal charges. He has been charged with attempting to assassinate U.S. President Donald Trump, along with multiple gun-related offenses. These include transporting firearms with the intent to commit a felony and discharging a weapon during a violent crime. Now, investigators say that Allen allegedly arrived armed and opened fire near a security checkpoint at the event. Authorities are also examining his motive, while officials are saying that more charges could still be added as the probe continues. My colleague Aditya is still with us on the broadcast, who will help us decode, in fact, the charges that have been framed against Cole Allen. Remember that when we are looking at these charges, he has been charged with attempting to assassinate the U.S. President Donald Trump. Remember, when we were just talking about this incident when it happened, there were a lot of speculation as to who the target was. It was not yet clear. And when U.S. President Donald Trump actually gave out that press statement and press briefing also, he mentioned that he may likely have been the target. And now we know formally these charges have in fact been framed against the accused. All right, let me in fact go close to Aditya for more on this. Aditya, we are learning that charges have now been framed against the accused, attempting to assassinate the president, along with multiple gun-related offenses. These include transporting firearms with the intent to commit a felony, discharging a weapon during a violent crime. There are a lot of charges that are yet to be added as the probe is still ongoing, Aditya.
Well, absolutely, Shivani, if you see, definitely this accused has been charged with several severe charges, and where we heard how there was a back-to-back shootings inside the premises of the White House when during the White House Correspondents Dinner. So completely at this juncture, there is still investigation going on to know about the whereabouts of this accused, and several serious charges will be leveled up against this, and definitely it needs to be seen, how things unfold in this scenario, whether there will be, the White House administration, whether the Secret Service will take any steps to change the security protocols of the White House or not. This needs to be seen. Shivani.
All right. Thank you so much, Aditya, for all those inputs on those various stories. Meanwhile, we have some of the latest breaking developments regarding the same story, where acting U.S. Attorney General Todd Blanche has confirmed that the accused, called Tomas Allen, has been charged with 3 serious federal offenses in the White House Correspondents Dinner shooting case. These include attempted assassination of U.S. President Donald Trump, transporting a firearm to commit a felony, and discharging a weapon during a violent crime. Blanche said that the attack was pre-planned, with the accused traveling across states before opening fire at a security checkpoint. A Secret Service officer was injured but survived due to a ballistic vest, while the suspect was quickly overpowered and arrested. Let's in fact listen into his statement.
Secret Service agents promptly tackled and detained the suspect, Tomas Allen. The president and all the protectees and participants at the dinner were safe. One brave officer was injured and is receiving care and has been released from the hospital. I want to make this clear. This man was a floor above the ballroom with hundreds of federal agents between him and the President of the United States. The Department of Justice approaches incidents like this with urgency and clarity of purpose. Violence has no place in civic life. It cannot and will not be used to disrupt democratic institutions or intimidate those who serve them, and it certainly cannot continue to be used against the President of the United States. We are investigating this matter fully. We will apply the law fairly, and we will ensure that accountability is swift and certain.
My colleague Ariana Anand joins us from the newsroom with the latest on this statement as well. Ariana, we have the acting U.S. Attorney General actually detail the charges that have been framed. One of the biggest being attempting to assassinate the U.S. president.
And the acting U.S. Attorney General has now made a statement, and he's emerged as the key face of the federal response in the White House Correspondents Dinner shooting case. Now, one thing that he said that is striking is that the attack appears to have been carefully pre-planned, with the suspect allegedly traveling across state lines before arriving at the high-profile event. And he arrived at that event heavily armed. Let's not forget that he had knives strapped to him, and he also had multiple guns, on which he's also now been charged as we hear. Authorities say that the shooting that took place near a security checkpoint where a Secret Service officer was struck but survived thanks to the ballistic vests. Todd Blanche has also praised the rapid response of law enforcement and security personnel, saying that their quick action has prevented what could have been a far deadlier incident, as we've also seen. He's also made it clear that federal agencies are treating this matter with the highest level of urgency. And he further has also revealed that investigators are now deep into examining the suspect's background, communications, movements, and possible motives. We've previously seen that there has been high security personnel outside his residence in California. Other than that, he's also warned that these may be the only be the initial charges with which he is charged, and additional counts possible as more evidence is renewed. The Justice Department, he said, will pursue the case aggressively and ensure full accountability. Back to you, Shivani.
All right. Thank you so much, Ariana, for all those details on that front. With that, we are wrapping up this bulletin and slipping into a short commercial.
खाने में मेरी क्वीन के लिए क्या है